So it's that time of the year again. Elections, elections, elections. And Pineapples is out here to also cast their votes for their favorite candidates. And I'm going in first. So wish me good luck. And yes, my vote is my secret.
Voting, I think it's a very great experience. It's something that students have to do, so you have a voice at this university. So that way you know that things are being done for you because this is a student community. I mean, personally being involved in the whole experience, it's taught me a lot about the university. It's taught me that things have to change. It's taught me that there are people out there who are dedicated to actually doing that. And being a part of the Wits community is a student-based thing where you know that the person that's sitting next to you is going to be able to help you at the end of the
SOC have been interesting because you get to you meet a lot of people, get to understand a lot of struggles which necessarily don't say mean anything to you. So essentially you get to learn that even the rich and wealthy have themselves. That in more ways than one we have a lot of commonalities. So essentially SOC elections are very important. I mean, we cover quite a lot of a range of problems, especially in the PYA. We're not necessarily, although we're working class biased, we don't focus only on the struggles of the program.
From PYA we have Fasiha. Could you please introduce yourself to?
Hi everyone, my name is Fasiha Hassan and I'm candidate number 10 with the PYA.
We're also running for SRC elections. Alright, so what is the role of the SRC actually?
Well, you know, the role of an SRC, there's many aspects, you know. Obviously the most basic one of representing students, but ultimately it's a mouthpiece for students to communicate with management. Not everyone is able to do so, not everyone may have the confidence or the skills to do it, and that's one of the functions of an SRC, but also to lead students, to take decisions on controversial issues, you know, to transform society. It's not just to represent, and it's not just to take a mandate as well.
Alright, and then I hear there's this new campaign you guys are having of one student, one laptop. Please elaborate on that.
Thank you very much. As everyone knows, we're moving towards more of an e-learning environment. Everything's going online, we're looking at online textbooks, you know, those sorts of things. And we as the PYA are saying that you can't be moving online if you're not giving students the devices to access it.
True.
So it's a very long-term project. In fact, we've gotten full agreements and we're still in negotiations with the university around the funding, but we've gotten Microsoft on board, we've gotten the university on board, and we're actually hoping to pilot it with first years in 2016.
Okay, and then for instance with me, I'm a student that is on campus for a very long time, you know. I'm here till 2 a.m. and now I must go around with this laptop, and you know, Bram is a very unsafe area. How do you guys tackle on working around such an issue?
So as everyone might know, we're actually already working with Campus Control for an escort system.
Okay, yes,
it's currently working in Braamfontein, but we're hoping to outroll it more into greater surrounding areas, particularly Parktown, because we have residences there as well. You know, lots of students stay around there. So we're working on that. But like I say, you know, they got to work together. These things don't operate in isolation.
Yeah. Last question. What would the PA be providing for the university next year? You guys to win.
Alright, so one of the other projects that we as the PYA are doing is our Press Play initiative, the video lectures. In fact, we're already piloting it in the science faculty. So the concept is you go to your lecture like normal, it's then recorded and later on uploaded onto Sakai. So before your test, before your exam, you can go back and review, fast forward, rewind, you know, go through the concept again. Some lecturers are going to be putting up full 45-minute sessions, others are going to be putting up 10-minute snippets of important concepts. But that's where we're going. The difficulty at the moment is infrastructure. We have to upgrade some of the lecture theatres first before we can outroll it to those faculties. But as it stands, it's already starting on science.
Alright, thank you very much. Nice words from Fasiha and vote PYA. Let's hope they win. So we have Tristan from Project W. Tristan, would you please introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi guys, my name's Tristan and I'm one of the candidates with Project W for this year's SRC elections.
Alright, so what is Project W hoping from this election this year?
Project W is hoping this year that students will get behind having an activist SRC instead of a political SRC. Right? We feel that it's time to have an SRC of students who are willing to go out there and do as much as we can to help other students, right? To be with our students all the way from registration to graduation, right? We're hoping that this year, instead of having an SRC which does just its job, we'll have an SRC which goes beyond doing that and goes through to help as many people.
And then I hear that Project W is independent. Please elaborate on that, and are you guys actually still independent?
So Project W is and always will be independent, but it's good to clarify what it means to be independent, right? When we say we're independent, what we mean is we don't have any mother body. We don't have any national structure to which we have to report. We don't have any national manifesto which informs that which we have to do. The only thing which informs our manifesto and our policy and our principles are the Wits students itself, right? The students here at Wits with their student cards, they're the ones who come through to our meetings and tell us what it is that they want, right? We don't go to a national structure to ask what our students want.
And then rumors say that you guys only use interactive individuals to market your campaign. How true is this report?
So it's not true that we only use them because they're attractive, right? For sure, some of our candidates are very beautiful. I will give that to them. But you've also got to remember that many of them, in fact all of them, are leadership material in structures outside of the SRC, right? I mean, one of them who's criticized, Mukwena, she's an executive member of Aples, right? She's already in leadership positions. So yeah, some of our people are pretty, right? But is it really wrong to be pretty and to be a leader?
Not at all.
Because all of them, I mean, yourself, for example, you're very pretty, right? But does that mean that you can't be a leader just because you're pretty? So that's the thing with, I get really offended when people criticize our candidates just because they're pretty. Because they seem to think that just their looks now summarize everything that is them, right? And it's not true, right? They're not just pretty. They're much more than just pretty. You know, to kind of quote the current SRC, pretty is lost.
So we've noticed that Project W has changed its stuff. Now you know they use stylish and fancier. Does it mean that anything within Project W has actually changed?
We haven't changed our principles drastically. What we've done is we've upgraded, right? We've modified ourselves to be more in line with that which students are, right? Students absolutely love our shirts, right? So we went back, we had a look at them, you know, we redesigned them, made them more hip. And that's what, as an SRC, you need to do. You need to keep yourself in touch with the students, right? And I think the shirts are quite nice and fitting.
My name is Tammy. That's what's the campaign with Wits in these 2015 SRC elections.
Alright. So it was noted that last year Dasa did not take part in the elections. Could you kindly explain why?
Last year, what we said that this was to run in the elections for the main reasons that the structures were not necessarily in order for intake of the.
We also noticed that Dasa didn't have any seats for the 2013 election, moving into the 2014 year. What kind of action did you guys have for this year to make it a better success story?
I think for this year, what we actually focused our campaign in is to actually be on the ground more and engage students more. I mean, if you check for this year, I mean, Dasa has been in each and every circus which has been there. Dasa has been in each and every corner of this campus. If you can check, all our posters are posted around campus, not only just posters, but we also prioritize the issue of actually championing student issues. Like, for instance, one of the issues we started calling for is availing exam scripts to students. It's not enough that I'm told that.
I'd love that,
yeah,
please.
it's not enough that I'm told that I got 90% in an exam. What if maybe I got 95?
Yeah.
So, but however, the reason why we are calling for us being given access to exam script is not necessarily to check for marking errors, but over and above that, to check where did I go wrong, where can I improve,
Yes,
and all that. So,
especially for the subs.
exactly. And also, another thing which came out very strongly is that at education campus, for instance, when someone is studying at 11 o'clock, we are chased away from the study hall. We're saying, why can't you make just like some of the study halls here on main campus where guys are given 24-hour study hall and study rooms. I mean, if I have the energy to go over and above the 11 p.m. curfew, I mean, we believe that we should be given that opportunity. It should be a choice from my side to say, look, okay, I can't do this, but I think giving people a choice and opportunity to do that, I think, is quite important, and it also goes in line with what students have prepared. So I think that's also for this year. We've done extremely well. I mean, if you can check also, our campaign team has worked extremely hard. If you check at the moment, I'm sure you've been to each and every station at the moment. Each and every station is manned. We do have an observer inside, but over and above, we have quite a lot of meet and greet people engaging students.
So now we have the controversial Nkebo from PYA. Could you please first of all introduce yourself to everyone?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Nkebo Freedom Nkunzigai Baleki Shamin, former Wits SRC president.
Alright, and then the only question I'm actually going to ask him is, you've initiated this 1 million 1 month campaign. So now if PA does not come back into power, what happens to this campaign?
Well, look, the campaign is rooted on the interest of students, because us being in SRC, we're serving the interests of the black majority, who are the marginalized ones in this university. Now, even if we don't go to office, ours was to serve, which means we will continue serving. We didn't serve because we were in office. We served because we are activists. And then we served because we understand the struggle of a black child. And remember that the humanitarian funds is there in the office, which means anyone who takes over the office must continue with the fund, which is the humanitarian funds. Because the 1 million campaign didn't run parallel from the humanitarian fund, which has been there for a long time now. Now, not unless those will take over, should we lose, which is impossible. It doesn't have the interest of the black poor students that Wits has, then they will dissolve the fund. Because the fund is bigger than PYA, the fund is bigger than DASO, the fund is bigger than Project W. The fund is rooted on the students themselves who took us to power. Now, I want to believe that the fund will continue, even if we are outside of office, because remember that some of the organizations like YCL itself, it's a vanguard party. It conscientizes our people. We are members of the community before we are students. We come from the township. I'm from Soweto. Some people are from Limpopo, KZN, you know, and the struggle continues. I understand the struggle that when you are coming from the township school, coming to institutions like Wits, the challenges that you face, they are serious. They are serious. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, and that's a nice word from Nkebo.
Thank you very much.